good? You know what it is, bro. About to go ahead and get with SP. We about to get this Knicks Real Talk pregame popping off. Get this shit popping, man. I'll holla at you. One. Up in the black Silverado, stop and get some petrol to hit the metro on full throttle. Across the gospels, we in the Mecca bottleneck. On 32nd, what is Bible feature round flexing. Posted up like sticky note. You smell the icky in the air like hickory smoke. Guaranteed we well represented. We on that Knicks shit. You can smell it, so please don't step in it. Cause the burner cooking with gas. The cat in the alley dig up to your team trash. Getting that cash ready for DoorDash and make a splash. But they moving slow before the pregame show. No cash, so here's what's on tap. But God, no talking five. And report, keep my sister in the chat. Interacting with your mandem. It's a brand in front of the camera. There's a picture. Catch and snap back. The fitted cat, so we Knicks dripping. Knicks real, you know we fit the description. It's the OG, Olin and Ananobi. Me and my man Brody, we run your fire TV, that's Cody. It's Knicks Real Talk. You know how we get down. We in that Knick drip, dripping and Knick drip. It's Knicks Real Talk. You know how we get down. We in that Knick drip, dripping and Knick drip. We in that Knick drip, dripping and Knick drip. It's Knicks Real Talk. You know how we get down. We in that Knick drip, dripping and Knick drip. Real talk. Yo, salute everybody. What's good? Salute, man. We in the building. Knicks Real Talk, man. We in the building. Offseason Talk, man. Episode 8. We ain't here to get it popping for the night, man. Me and Shaw Powell gonna talk about a couple of things that's going on out there in the Knick universe, man. Anywhere from Ben Simmons to Giannis to everything, man. We're gonna talk about it all and get in here, man. I hope everybody having a good summer so far, having a good day today, having a good week for all that matter. And salute to everybody in the chat, man. Thank y'all for coming in. We in here, man. We're going to get in here and talk about it, man, and all that good stuff. But let me bring my partner in, but he do what he do and make his presence known. Shaw Powell, what's good, my man?
Peace, Divine. Salute to you as always. Salute to the family in the chat. Let's talk about it. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Yo, salute to the chat, man. Queen Darlene, what's good? Knicks Junkie, what's good? My man Darren, what's popping? Crim's dad in the chat earlier today, man, and all that good stuff, man. Buzzer Beater was in here earlier. Salute to everybody, man. Hope y'all having a good summer so far, man. For real. Where I'm at, it's rainy like crazy. But other than that, it's all good, man. We here, man, quiet off season right now, but we ain't here to get it popping, man. Talk about this stuff, man. There you go, Crim CD. What's good, my man? Appreciate you, Crims. Yeah, we ain't here to talk about this thing for a little bit, man. But it's good, man. Everything is good. Shop out, ain't too much to complain about. You know, life goes on and everything like that, man. But other than that, man, I'm ready to get in here with you and get it popping, man. What's good with you, my man?
Yeah, just to get on and talk a little bit about some Knicks stuff, you know what I mean, and just reminisce about what they could do this year and stuff like that. So, not too much happened since the last time we talked. You know, a little bit more stuff leaning towards one way, or one way or other, and stuff like that. So let's see what happens, man. It's interesting. I'm glad to be on with you, Divine, as always, and let's talk about it.
Yes, let's get it, man. Randu, what's good, my man? Good to see you as well. Job Powers, man. You know, it's been an interesting off season. Good things happen. Obviously, we know from the rip, Tibbs got let go. Then we know we just kind of move forward. Signed a couple of guys, and in the off season we have seen some of the young players in the summer league, things of that nature. So now we get ready to move on, get ready for the the preseason and the training camps and things of that nature. In about another month, they're gonna be locked in. But I see a lot of guys out there just working. They're out there putting in work in the off season, trying to perfect their craft and see how they're gonna get involved with my man Mike Brown's system. Once they finalize all the coaches that he gonna be amongst them, they haven't got there yet, but it seems like they're working towards that. But once all is said and done, these guys out here probably just putting in work, waiting for this thing to really get popping. So let's see how it goes, man. It's gonna be a pretty big year for the Knicks. A lot of high expectations with this team, knowing that what they did last year and what they want to do this year and what us as fans want them to do this year. So it's going to be a really interesting season, man. And I think these guys is locked in. Obviously, we still got a roster spot left. We get some noise out there. How we talk about that in a few minutes as well. But who's going to have that last spot or whoever the case may be, and all that good stuff, man. But one quick note, ladies and gentlemen, and then we get back at it. Let's get this out the way, man. Let's even though it's a past day, man. Let me I can't be remiss if I don't do this because I just think it's only the right thing to do. The past day. My man, the great one, Patrick Ewing, born day. Salute to the great one of the best to ever do it in an orange and blue uniform, ladies and gentlemen. Patrick Ewing had a born day the other day, man. So salute to Patrick, man. He's the reason why a lot of guys are here, maybe younger than me, but really was inspired to be a Knick fan. Besides just growing up being a Knick fan, he was the 80s and the 90s popping. The man came here, couldn't get it. He got close, but not, couldn't get over the hump. It takes a whole team to get over the hump, not just one person. But he had some battles with Michael Jordan through all them years, Larry Bird. So he had a tough task in New York when he was trying to make it pop and get it happen in New York. But he still never disappointed us, man. As he got to the later end of the season, then his career. Obviously, we traded him, which I thought would never happen. But to Seattle or something like that back in the day. But I just want to
Washington or somewhere, whatever that was.
Yeah, and at that time, but So happy born day to Patrick Ewing, man. Real talk, man. Because if you don't know where you come from, you don't know where you're going. You know what I mean? And we want to make sure we always show love to that brother because he was a demon coming out of Georgetown. Defense monster. Then it was amazing. He picked up an offense bag, ladies and gentlemen. I think he had one of the purest jump shots back then as a center. That jump shot was butter. I mean, he must have worked on that every day of his career because he really impressed me as he went on in his career, Sharp Howard, with his offense game. And a lot of people always not acknowledge him for his shot blocking and all that. But he had a bag with him, though. You know what I mean? And for him to have to probably play in one of the toughest eras when it comes to big men. You name it, he had to play them all. Hakeem, David Robinson, it goes on and on. He even played against the Kareems and everybody. So even when Shaq finally got in the league. But this man had some battles over years, man. And he did well for New York. So salute to my man Patrick Ewing, Shop Howard. Any thoughts on my man right quick?
I wish that Bernard King would have stayed one more year. So he could have played with this man. You know what I mean? I wish, if I'm not mistaken, they traded Bernard King the same year Patrick Ewing came in. You know what I mean? I'm not, I know that's, so I wish this guy has made the 80s relevant. Without Patrick Ewing, well, who can we talk about? Elite center in the East. How many years he didn't went to the All-Star? How many years? How many rings he got? How many USA rings he got? How many great guy? How many accolades does this guy got? And he's back here, home in the Garden. I think he's still here, right? He's still coming. I mean, yeah, right. So he's in the so what else can you say? Salute to him. Happy born day, Patrick Ewing. Thank you for one of the guys like myself that brought us through the eras of the greatness and stuff, the just missed free throw shots and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Represent you. I wish you could have got a point guard. I don't even want to say it. Let me shut up. I don't even want to say it.
They don't even go up the edge, huh?
Yeah, let me shut up.
I said for you, he just never had a great point guard, a true point guard. He had some, but they wasn't at the level that the Magic Johnsons and the guys like
Mark Jackson was good, but he wasn't no scorer, man. Yeah. You couldn't get 25 points out of Mark Jackson. You know what I mean? Anyway, I digress.
Yeah, salute on Dias was good, my man. Crims, everybody, salute to you guys, and Radu and everything. Herberto was popping. Herberto, good to see you as well. Kerry Cox was popping. Kerry, good to see you. Danny, my man, what's going on with you, Danny? Good to see you. And everybody, man. Listen, we just kicking it, man. But listen, the season's coming upon us, and the Knicks went out there, and like I said, brought in Jordan Clarkson, Yabusele. They got Mike Brown up in here. They did some things, you know what I mean? Now they got a couple of steps they want to make. On one note, I did notice, I think they letting Beauchamp go. I think Beauchamp
Portland scheming him and stuff. I mean, what you gonna do? You got right now with Beauchamp going, what you gonna do? You gotta let him go. I mean, one, you ain't gonna sign him. Two, you got Mohammed and you got DeWalt. I mean, you got them other two got 51 and 40. You got them two guys. You know what I mean? What you gonna do? You know what I mean? You still got Pacone. You know what I mean? Where he gonna get minutes? You know what I mean, where he gonna go? The G League? We can use one of those spots for the young 19-year-old boy, Pate. You know what I mean? So You know what I mean? Good that you came over here. You showed out a little bit. Hopefully, you, from the New York Knicks thing, you go over there to whatever, what is that, Portland, whatever, and go over there and blossom and say that you got all those skills from New York basketball. Another player that came here and left and became like 19 points and 6 rebounds and 4 assists.
Yeah. Hey, man, you know what? We know the writing was on the wall. You know, like I said, he just was a trade piece. You know what I mean? He had, you know, the reason why he was on this because he got traded here. But I guess I don't know whether the line right deal or whatever the case may be. But salute to him, man. I think that's gonna be a scary, not scary. I think a sleeper team in Portland over there, man. It's gonna be one of the most teams that I think a lot of people are gonna sleep on over there, man. They got a pretty good team over there. But I do think that that was, like you said, graffiti writing was on the wall, man. It definitely was. But you know what? We got a lot of young talent that's coming up the pipeline with Daddy and Dewar and McCullough and so on and so on. Najee, like my man Krim said, you know, we got a good farm club. So I didn't see him sticking around here in any way. We don't have the money to give to him anyway. You know, and so I think that was the right was on the wall and all that good stuff, man. So them a few things that's happened during the offseason so far, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, the biggest thing was Mike Fiennes getting Mike Brown, bringing in Jordan Clarkson and Yabusele. Them probably the biggest thing that happened, which was some great moves. All 3 moves I'm good with. I think they all will make this team better. And I think Mike Brown do just as well of a job on our betting tips. I believe that. I think he's a good coach. You know what I mean? And he on the mission too. He want to get to that pinnacle as being a coach who won a ring, not assistant coach, but the main coach rather. He want to get that ring. So let's see how it goes. You know, hopefully he can fulfill that dream and everything. But Shop Howard,
it's Cinderella story for him, man. He come here to New York. He played real good in SAC. If he could come over here and do anything like he could do what he did with them that first year and take us all the way there, you win a championship in New York, your name is going down as a legend. Especially after coming behind Tom Thibodeau, after playing 5 great years of getting us out of the mud, getting us out of the dirt, started the LOL Knicks, getting us all out of that stuff, making us perennial again, and then taking us over the top. He'd be a legend. Mm-hmm. I mean, his name will go down as a legend. New York Knicks coach Mike Brown. Oh man, remember those years? You know, that'll be legendary. So let's get it, man. I think we can do it. He got a team to do it. I mean, this team is not Sacramento, that team that he made 63 wins or something like that. You know what I mean? In my opinion, we got a better team than Sabonis and the point guard. Oh my God, I forgot his name.
Yep,
so.
Yep. Well, listen, and let's talk about the elephant in the room right quick. Through multiple reports out there, ladies and gentlemen, multiple reports out there. The New York Knicks are pretty much the front runners, or close to even signing Ben Simmons. Shop Powers. That's out there. A lot of reports out there out there in the universe. Whether it's X, whether it's whatever NBA blog, whatever. Any reporter, any people out there, and Knicks got a good shot at getting Ben Simmons, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of people like it, some don't, some do. I'm good for it. Y'all know my take on it. I'm good with him. I really believe that. Him and Mikal Bridges get to unite again. Over there playing in Brooklyn together, all that good stuff. It to me is one of the things where I say, ladies and gentlemen, I know y'all done heard it all, so but being that it's out there, we are gonna speak about it. Low risk, high reward for me. Low risk, high reward. If it pans out for the money you're gonna pay him, and he come out there giving us anything like last year, I'm happy with that.
Facts.
If he give us the numbers he gave us in 51 games last year, he started 24 games last year, and 51 games. I mean, he had a pretty good season. I mean, for the most part. 5 points a game, 4 rebounds, almost 5 rebounds, average 5 to 6 assists a game, 51 games last year, 24 as a starter. We got guys who didn't even give us that last year. So and the reason why I shot Powell, because you sign him. I don't know what it would be, because I didn't do my homework. If he's eligible for a trade anytime soon, but man. The reason why I say low risk is all about the financials. This guy is way more than a $3-5 million talent, and I think that's what my main objective to Shaw Power that he is not a $3 million talent. He might have some certain type of issue he had to go through, whether it's mental or back problem or all that. But from what we hear out there, he's in good shape, good condition, good spirits, and being around a team like this, a coach like this, and players like that we have on this team, I don't see how it's going to be he's not coming here to disrupt the apple cart. You know what I mean? I think Jalen Brunson, all of them could keep that in check. I don't think it's going to be that type of issue. But I know him and Mikal got down last year or the year before, or whatever it was, in Brooklyn. And they got a rapport somewhat. So let's see. I think it'll be a good pick. I mean, a good pickup. I'm quite sure there's a lot of guys out there better than him. But, it's a lot of guys out there that's better, but you can't get them because they might don't want to come for the money we offering. Like we can get the Brogdons, we can get, but that don't mean they wanted to come in here for $3 or $5 million, $3 million. So I think the Knicks probably feel like for his talent, he worth that and something. I think he can pay dividends in a lot of different areas for the Knicks. Man, what's your take on this thing? I know you don't have this ain't the first time we talked about it or any other show for that matter. What's your take on Ben Simmons, man? Yeah, you might.
One.
You're good now. Sorry.
You hear me?
Yeah.
All right. The one big thing about this whole thing about Ben Simmons is it's not us. It's the New York Knicks that is looking at Ben Simmons. The people that are putting the things out there, whatever, it is the New York Knicks, not the media, not the New York Knicks fans, not everybody that's talking about it. So with that being said, the New York Knicks are looking for him, just like Boston was looking for him. Why? The reason why we might get him because Boston signed somebody where he might have thought he wanted to go, right? You know what I mean? So this is why they're saying that he's coming here. Ben Simmons, I'll say this: Ben Simmons, OG, Deuce McBride, Cat, Bridges. That's a good lineup right there, man. Ben Simmons, OG, Bridges, Yabusele, and Mitchell Robinson on the court. That's a good lineup right there. JB, Ben Simmons, OG Anunoby, Bridges, and Cat. That is a good lineup out there. Cat, Deuce, Simmons, JB, and Mitchell Robinson or Yabusele out on the court. That is a good lineup out there. That's how they can run some of the lineups with him on the court if he's playing healthy. Those are some of the lineups that you will see out there. I'm with that. Let's get it. He's 6'10". He's a flexible. If he's healthy, he's the one thing that I did do some research on. As he's getting older, he fouls a little bit more. You know what I mean? And he's not the best free throw shooter at the line, but he does shoot about 71, 73%, somewhere in that range. You know what I mean? But he fouls a little bit more than he does now. Whatever it is, if he's reaching or whatever, he fouls a little bit more. But his assist has not diminished so much in the last 3 years. They've been right around the same amount of assists. So we can get him over here with a team that can make shots. For $2 million? Come on, man. Who else out there? Who else out there y'all want to get? Tell me who else out there. Malcolm Brogdon? Who else out there? Who else you want to get? You want to keep Larry? You want to keep Shaman? Now, Shaman, I like Shaman, but Shaman not a guard. We looking for another guard. Ben Simmons can play 5 positions. That's the only reason why I'm saying him. Or Brogdon. I want somebody big if we're going to get a guard. That's my opinion. But him, yeah, I'm taking him. $2 million for all those reasons, Devon, that I just mentioned. Yeah, let's get that.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a Ben Simmons thing. Like I said, he's worth his talent, ladies and gentlemen. And the thing for me is that this year, the man don't got a lot of wear and tear, ladies and gentlemen. You got guys who 29 years old and been through the gauntlet.
29 years old, right?
He been through the gauntlet. I mean, it's right down the board. I mean, anything you need to know about 6'10", 29. The man got he's a talented dude, man. And let's forget all. And I just to piggyback off of Shaw Powers, for me, ladies and gentlemen, is that I don't have a problem if he's in, let's say, top condition. Shaw Powers, like he's really back in his NBA bag, or whatever. I don't have a problem with him in that starting lineup because I just think that you got a lot of if he's like having Josh Hart there minus a jump shot, but he could do everything else. But I do think Josh Hart, Deuce McBride, and Jordan Clarkson will be a hell of a bench though. That's that, and Yabusele. That's now you got some guys who could score on that unit. I mean, and because and now you could put him in the start lineup. And just my analogy, ladies and gentlemen. I don't mean it's right or wrong, but it's the way I'm thinking. You put him in a starting lineup, knowing that Brunson could score, Mikal could score, and Anunoby could score, Cat could score. Then you don't need his offense more than you need his defense to help out Jalen Brunson and Cat. So that means you got Anunoby, Mikal
Bridges and OG.
Yeah, that's that. I like the makeup of that lineup because you got offense and defense in that starting lineup, and then you still got offense and defense in your second lineup, and you're starting your second unit. You know what I mean? So it makes sense. That doesn't mean that he can fulfill the things that he did prior. You never know, ladies and gentlemen, because sometimes you go through some things which don't make you weak, make you stronger. And that man
changes scenery.
Yes, and he's been through some things in his life. As a young guy coming in here, man, young draft pick, 2016 first round. That's almost 9 years ago. He's been through the rigorous, man. He done been through a lot of adversity. Let me put it like that. And maybe going through all that adversity only can make him a stronger player, only can make him a stronger person. Listen, I never hate on Ben Simmons. I don't hate on no player. I want them all to be successful. You ask me. The man is a NBA talent. If he comes into a Knicks uniform, I'm gonna brace the shit out of him because he's a Knick, first of all. But I think his talent can help us as a team because of what he could do in multiple positions and multiple ways and multiple this and that. He's like a Swift Army knife. He just don't have a shooting bag. But that don't mean it's hard to judge Ben Simmons in the last 5 years. I think any of us because he haven't played consistent enough to say that.
Right.
He's this type of guy or he's that type of guy. Yeah, he can't really judge him like that because he haven't played that much basketball to say that, how do we know it? And Knicks fans, we didn't watch Ben Simmons on the regular unless you was a Brooklyn fan. Knicks fans didn't watch him like that on every day on a day. So sometimes we might not be realizing we it's something that he can do that we don't see or that he was doing that we wasn't paying attention to because we didn't watch him every day. But if the Knicks take a flyer on him, ladies and gentlemen, I'm good. I don't have a problem with it. I hope they get him. I think he a low risk dude. He low risk from an economical standpoint. When we in the second April stuff, you cannot get no talent like that for that much money. You can't get it like that. And I'm a businessman, so I know that from a business standpoint, that's making $1 out of 15 cents right there.
Devon, he right, 29 years old. That's a great point, man. But he can just make something a little different. Like they were saying, lightning in the bottle and all these other things. Who knows? You come into the Knicks, but the difference is you come into New York. This team is striving to get to the finals. You have never won a ring. You were one of the guys that first got one of these biggest bags out here. He got a big bag years ago. He got a big bag. You know what I mean? He's fighting right now to stay. He's making $2 million. He's fighting to stay in the league right now. That's the way it looks, right? I mean, I'm not saying that he can't get no more money, but he's fighting. Sound like he's almost fighting to stay in the league. You want to come and you want to get more money next year because Knicks might not be able to afford you next year, especially if you play good. He come over here and he averaged 8, 9, and 7 or something like that. Come on, man. You're gonna leave out of here from the New York Knicks and make $15 million. So I think it's an upcoming for him. It's something that he can strive for with the coach that wants him. He looks like what the Knicks can use and the defense. If he can get in shape and get with OG and Mikal, like you said, Devon, that lineup with Brunson and Cat gets better. That lineup gets better, it gets stronger because now the substitution is if it's not Deuce that you want to start and make him come off the bench, if you want to start Ben Simmons, which you could, if you want to start him, you substitute Mitchell out. It's all about that 9th, 10th man. You know what I mean? It's all about that 9th, 10th man because they got almost a standard 9-man rotation. Mitchell Robinson's going to get minutes no matter what. The person that's going to lose, if Ben Simmons come here, the person that's going to is either going to be Ben Simmons for the 10th man or Haka Purdy.
Yeah, Ben Simmons.
In my opinion.
Ben not coming over here to be no 10th man. I don't think so. He too talented.
No, not saying that. But I'm talking about in the rotation, in the 10-man rotation, in the 10-man rotation.
I think if Ben Simmons come here, Haka Purdy would not be playing.
Right.
Right. Ben Simmons, ladies and gentlemen, the man is talented. I mean, and that's what I mean. He talented. I ain't talking about no shoot. We know the man ain't got no jump shot and all that. But listen, you don't make 3-time All-Star by being sovereign.
Thanks, man. Y'all remember that he got a big bag, one of the biggest bags.
Yeah, he signed this rookie deal. And not only that, you know what? The man don't need no money. So it's not like he coming here to play for money.
Facts.
Listen, I have seen people resurrect their careers, their lives. I seen people who started out a fiend and then they came up and got money by all means. I seen cats who come down who was poor as hell and that they know they got their bag. So he might have went through a little adversity. That don't mean the man can't. It's not like he forgot how to play basketball, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, shit, I probably rode a bike in 20 years, but I bet y'all pop a wheelie on that motherfucker and all that
Word
shit.
up. I might skin the crap out my knee, but I'm going to get back on it.
Yeah, you can't take the man know how to play basketball. He played in the NBA last year. He had more points than Campaign last year. He had more points than Dylan Wright last year. He had more points than Landry Shamet last year. All these guys that we had on the team, he had more points than all of them. More rebounds and more assists than Campaign, than Landry Shamet, than Precious Achua. He had a better season than them dudes. But so we gave them an opportunity. Why the hell you want to give him an opportunity? He making the same money they was making.
Sure is.
He talented all them dudes.
We was hoping Payne got hot, right?
Fill a need, Shot Powell. The thing about Ben Simmons, you don't need him to come up here and score no basketball. But he know how to run a fast break. He know how to get a layup. He know how to dunk. He know how to. The cat ain't no sucker. You know what I mean? So I say all that because I'm not the one who's like think that he should come over here because he's a superstar. No, Ben Simmons don't even have to really. He don't even have the pressure. That's the beautiful thing about it. He's not a young man with a lot of pressure. When he was 21, 22, 18, 17, that was a lot of pressure on that young man with the hype that he was coming out of Australia with and LSU and all that. But now he done passed all that. You know what I mean? Now he done passed all that. That man just wanted to play basketball. And I hope he finding if the Knicks get him. Like I said, we ain't the only one Boston wanted him or whatever. So let's see how it goes. But they signed Boucher. So I think that might go out the window. And they just traded Nang over to Utah and all that stuff. And they got my man from Louis Jr. out of St. John's in that deal. So, I don't think Boston they might not have that $5 million to get to him if they give it to Boucher the way it looks. But anyway, that was a topic of conversation. Is multiple reports that they got a chance to get Ben Simmons and he's still next to the front runner. If they don't get him, fine. If they get him, fine. I'm good either way.
It's not us like, let's get I want him so bad. I want Ben Simmons.
Nah.
But for the options that he can be utilized, I mean his what he can be utilized for if he's healthy is these things that we talk about. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it could fit right now. We're talking about we want to run, we want to push the pace, we want to do all the things. Don't you remember Ben Simmons doing all that stuff? Don't you think Ben Simmons would be a good defender against what's the guy in Detroit?
Cade Cunningham.
You don't think he'd be a good defender against Cade Cunningham? You know what I mean? Man, you don't think so?
SGA, all of them.
Oh, I mean, that's one I just thought off the top of my head.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't think he'd be a good defender against them? It's not that it's lacking that he got anything lacking about his defense. He does foul more than he did when he was younger, but he's also 29. So he is a little slower than he was when he was when he came in the league, 19, 20, something like that.
You know what?
So you know what I mean?
You know what's tough about that? Tough about Ben Simmons for me, Shot Powers. I can't even really critique him because I haven't been watching him. I literally can't even critique him. I can't say I didn't watch Ben Simmons in the last 5 years. I don't know. I just know what he could. I don't even know what he been doing. I know. I like I was saying earlier. I didn't watch Ben Simmons every day, so I'm not even gonna sit up here on the chat and pretend like I know what this man be doing. I just know this here. I know what he could do. I don't know how he been doing it, but Ben Simmons haven't played a lot of basketball, ladies and gentlemen. He's like a 9-year veteran. Probably only really played like for 5 or 6 years worth of time because of his injuries and then all that. So it wasn't like this cat been in the league 9 years. Because remember, his rookie year, I don't think he played. I think he was out his rookie year or the year after that. Then a couple of cents in Philly. Then when he got to Brooklyn, he did the back.
Then he blow his leg out or something like that. Yeah.
I think Ben Simmons in 9 years, I'm gonna literally say worth of basketball per capita game wise, he probably played 6 years worth of NBA basketball. Might be less than that. So the wear and tear is not on him. Like he's not burnt out. He's not burnt out. You know what I mean? This cat ain't burnt out at all. You know what I mean? This guy's 9 years like him now, burnt the fuck out. But this dude ain't been playing to be burnt out. You know what I mean? So let's see how it goes. The Knicks must see something, Shot Powell. And I think they got scouts. They got people who scout. They probably was watching him and Mikal Bridges in Brooklyn.
Of course, man. Of course, man. This is not us talking about this, man. Let it be clear again. Just because we're talking about it, it's not us that put it out there. It's the New York Knicks. They're putting that out there. So, and we just elaborate what it could be, could happen, what we think it could be. Not saying, and who knows, hypothetically, Ben Simmons can come over here and have a crappy year. You know what I mean? No defense, and he taking like 8 3-pointers and missing them all. Who knows? You know what I mean? But with what it looks like, him coming over here to play with guys that can shoot, I think he'll have a good fair. And in my opinion, I'm starting him with that starting unit. I'm starting him. He'll make OG better. He make Cat better. He make Brunson definitely better because he'll help him out on defense. Who are you switching off on now when you're up the top? You got OG on one side, and you got Simmons on the other side. And if you try to go to down low, you can put Mikal up top with Brunson. You can hide Brunson a little bit more now. You can put extra help on Brunson. You can put OG and Brunson on the same side now, where OG can help out Brunson on the defense. It's crazy now. I mean, that's it. You put Simmons, and that's if he plays the defense that I think he could play. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna tell you what'll be interesting too, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, yo, salute to the chat, man. Chop, what's popping? Rasul, what's good? Rasul, Met Knicks fan, let's go. What's good? Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Real talk. I know we've been Simmons y'all to death. AP, man. Damn, man. But, it was just a topic of conversation, and I'm good with it. But here's something interesting too, Shop Powers. You could put him in there, and check this out. You could put him at the power forward spot. And let Anunoby in natural position, let Mikal in natural position. So you really could go Brunson, Mikal, Anunoby, all at their natural spots. 6'10" Ben Simmons at the power forward in the NBA with Cat. And here's another thing that's good about that. He's a good rebounder.
Thanks. He's a good
rebounder. If nothing else, he's a good rebounder. And I think that could pay dividends for him, man. So let's see how it goes, man. If they get him in, I'm happy with it. And if they don't, then so be it. But I tell you, man, like the media never stops us, have us tripping all the time, Shot Power. But obviously, Giannis is back. You know, the Shan Karina thing where Giannis still out there in the atmosphere. It don't never stop, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even see that happening in the Knicks uniform unless Knicks going to trade up something crazy to get him. What's your thoughts on this Giannis thing, man? For they could put, I can't wait till the man say I'm staying in Milwaukee, get this shit over with.
Whatever. I of course, if there's a chance to get Giannis, the freak, of course you try to get him. You gotta try to move, mountains and everything like that, rivers and oceans to try to get him, of course. But reality right now, who are we gonna trade? Right now, we're struggling. I don't want to say struggling, but we're very capped to make a 14-man roster right now to start the season off. You know what I mean? If we move to get Giannis right now, where are we going to get the money to get the rest of the team? Because we're going to lose at least 2 players that's in the roster in that 9-man rotation. We're at least going to lose 2 men. So where are we going to get them at? Unless there's some way that they can navigate getting something else. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say because if in reality, if they really wanted to get Giannis, they could. It could go Cat's way, or it could go OG's way with Mitchell Robinson, or OG and Josh Hart. I mean, there's ways to get him if they want to get him, but we're giving up 2 players to get 1 player. You know what I mean? And we still might be and we still got to give up whatever first rounds we got. And we have to be, in order for us to start the season, we have to have 14 men. So where are we going with that? If we lose 2 players, we bring him in there. That's 1. Now we bring Muhammad and whoever we bring, Ben Simmons here. Is that going to help us? If we lose Josh Hart and OG Anunoby?
I tell you, if you do it, if you look at his numbers, ladies and gentlemen, 30, 30, 11, 30, 12, and let's say 30, 12, 11.9, monthly 12. Ladies and gentlemen, man, 30, 12, and almost 7 assists a game. This man is a fucking triple-double. Danny had triple-double every fucking night. Here's the problem. I wouldn't do it if you're just going to switch him for Cap, because I think it's a lateral move. Only thing he do more than he score a little bit more than Cap because he's the main dude there, and he get a couple of more assists. But his defense is heavens above that dude. So to me, if you were to trade Giannis for Cat and whatever, I think that's lateral. I think if you can find a way to get him here, which I don't think you can now, if it's him, Cat, and Brunson, because him and Cat would be the dominant at front line because Cat got the outside shoot, he got the inside game. It's just like, so you cover both areas. But I just know it. But the numbers don't lie, ladies and gentlemen. You know me. The numbers don't lie. Man, numbers do not lie. They don't. I don't give what 12 years ago, but last year he put up 30 and 4. 12 rebounds a game, 7 assists a game. So you can't dispute that. And the guy he's a physical specimen because he's in shape. He stays in shape. Listen, he's been in the league 12 years. LeBron been in the league 20 damn years. These guys are in shape. He's a physical specimen. But Shaw Powers, I seen one trade they had Cat going to. I don't think it was Milwaukee. It was via that. Josh Hart going to. I think it was Cat and a couple of picks, Josh Hart and somebody, and we got Giannis. I ain't giving all that up.
Yeah, whatever we have to do right now, the big picture is to get these 2 guys. If it's Ben Simmons or whosoever that extra guy, if it's PJ Tucker, Ben Simmons, DeLon Wright, Landry Shamet, Malcolm Brogdon, whoever they want to get to fill that spot and get this Muhammad, our rookie, to get him into the 14 people, to get him on the roster, so be it. You know what I mean? Giannis is going to take 2 or 3 guys from us, man. You know what I mean? If we lose 2, we struggling to get 14 guys right now. If we lose 2 guys for 1 guy, that means if you lose 2 for 1 and then you get 2 more in the trade, all right, that's not counting those. All right, so then we'll have 13. We'll still be short 1, right?
Other than Cat, let me ask you a question real quick. Other than Cat, how would you go about if you were the GM of the Knicks right now or Leon Rose and you wanted Giannis? I mean, you literally want him. I mean, I'm just putting it out there. Play GM for a minute. Other than Cat, how would you go about getting Giannis?
I'm moving. Right now that we got Mikal signed,
that's if Milwaukee want to play anyway.
I'm moving OG Anunoby.
Okay.
Josh Hart, Pacone or Tyler Kolek, and like how many second round picks we got, and any first round picks that we could come up to, because that's what it's going to take if the Knicks want to get them. So, you know what I mean?
You know what's crazy about that, though, ladies and gentlemen? Shaw Powers was crazy about that. Anunoby and Josh Hart numbers together It's pretty much what his is.
Right?
Except for you might get a couple more rebounds and maybe a couple of more assists. Are the Knicks better if they are Josh Hart? Excuse me. Are the Knicks a better team with Brunson, McHale, Anunoby? Excuse me, not Anunoby because he's leaving. Brunson, McHale, Giannis, Cat. I guess Mitchell Robinson. Who?
Josh Hart coming in there, Deuce McBride, because that's what I'm saying. See how it's starting to get thin? Now we're talking about now we're talking about Clarkson started, or if we pick up these other two guys and Simmons and Muhammad, now you got some more guys. So now you can start Simmons. You put Simmons in there. You got JB with Simmons. You got Cat, you got Giannis, and you got McHale.
And Matt Nick fan looks at OG and Mitch and Deuce will get it done. You know what? Matt Nick fan,
but there's still 3 players that we giving up.
That's all right.
We get them back though. If we get those other, but we had 12. Because if we got 12 now, we lose 3. We go down to 9. And we get 2 more players with the trade and the pickup, so that's 3. So we still at 12. We still short 2 players to start the season. Where we going there? We ain't got no money.
Well, with this deal here, I'm going to piggyback off of Matt Nick fan. He got OG making 35, right? 36, or damn near close to something like that, 40. Mitchell Robinson got a $12 million deal.
That could get it there.
Right there. That's 50, and Deuce got a $4 million deal. So Matt Nick fan, let's go. He right. Them 3 players. So you only really losing one of them players. Let's say OG is down, so you lose 2 players. So now, are you banking on Haka Purdy and whoever you bring in? So whoever you bring in and Haka Purdy will fill that. So you only really down one player really, because you're gonna bring in somebody anyway with that last roster spot. So yeah, they'd be okay, but it's interesting to see, man. We don't even know this. We probably won't even come to fruition. But like I said, what I try to do is see what's out there in the universe, ladies and gentlemen. It's out there on a lot of the platforms, a lot of the sports networks. So we talk about it. You know what I mean? Try to keep it a buck, see what we feeling, what we thinking compared to what they thinking. And put all the variables in there, because sometimes you hear the stuff out there, the variables is not in there. It's just that I seen him play. I don't like him. He suck. He can't stay healthy or blah, 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 whatever. But, they don't really get down to all the other reasons why you should get him and shouldn't get him. So that's what we try to do here, just try to see what's the other reason why you think you might want him or you don't want him. But I don't got no problem with him, man. That man is who he is. I like the team the way they presently constructed. But you can't, Giannis is a talent, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I can tell you. He's a talent. And I think him and Cat would be a nightmare. I think him and Cat would be a nightmare, bro. I just think that can you imagine instead of Mitch and Cat, Giannis and Cat? Let that sink in.
Yeah, I mean, the starting lineup will probably be something like that. Cat, Giannis, McHale, if they get Simmons and Jalen Brunson. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they still will have Yabusele in the second unit. They still will have Clarkson in the second unit. They still have Deuce in the second unit. They still will have Haka Purdy in the second unit. Are we giving up Mitch or are we giving up Josh Hart? So whoever we don't give up, we got him in the second unit. You know what I mean? I still think we'll be at 13. I still think we need to get another person. I don't know where we're going to get them from, but they'll work it out. They'll go in there. If you get Giannis, you go into the second apron. You got to get 15. You got to go next door.
But didn't they sign Dewara? You bring Dewara up. You bring
Yeah. He's definitely up. But if we give up 3 players, like if we give up Deuce, Josh Hart, and OG or Mitchell Robinson, OG and Deuce.
You just down 2 players.
Right, but that we got 12 right now. 12 will bring us down to 9. So we add Giannis plus the other 2 people. We'll go back up to 12. We'll still be short 2 players to start this with no money. We have to rely. We're gonna have to pay after a couple of months. We're gonna have to pay them 2-way players in the G League or something like that. Something like that. You're gonna have to be 14. They gotta have 14 to start the season.
But let me ask you a question: why won't we have money if that trade equals out the same in value, dollar value, though?
No, it's not the money. It's the players. We ain't got no money now. You know what I mean? We ain't got no money now. Right now, the only contract,
right?
Huh?
You got the mid level, right? But because what you could do, like, listen, you think about it, you also can move Haka Purdy, Daddy A, and Tyler Kolek. I mean, them cats say, I mean, that's almost $7-8 million right there. $5-6-7 million. So I think if you had to really, it might be some teams involved, but I think you can release them contracts, them young guys, if they don't want to keep them. If they don't want to keep them, not saying they will. It's interesting to see, Shop Powell. I'm just trying to make sure we're doing the math right. That's it. Not questioning what you're saying.
No. I'm not talking about anything about the money or trading those guys. I'm talking about the number of players that we need to start the season. That's
I think we had that. I think we have them.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. If we go to get Giannis, we give up 3 players. We got to figure out how to get to 14.
Yeah, I think we get there.
Yeah, they definitely do it. They got Brock Island over there and freaking whatchamacallit. They'll figure it out. To get Giannis, they will figure it out.
Yep, because and then I guess they can figure like if you get to 14, you still got the 2 ways they could play some game.
Right.
He's a definitely interesting piece. I can understand why the Knicks, if they're not Giannis, I don't have a problem with that, man. That man is talented, bro. I mean, one thing about me, he not only a talent, he's a winner. He's won. So I don't, it's crazy, man. We haven't, other than Jalen Brunson, the New York Knicks, since Patrick Ewing, Carmelo, borderline superstar. He's a superstar. He's not a star. Giannis is a superstar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We got stars here. We got merging superstars. I still don't think Cat and them is Giannis. I don't think so. I don't even think Brunson Giannis. And Brunson he's headed that way because he's younger than Giannis. I think he done put in way less work than Giannis and get results. So I think once Jalen Brunson crossed that threshold of a championship, you got to put him in superstar category now. I mean, I think so, but man, boy, they get that dude up in here to be crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, who knows? We can dream all day long, right? But let's see how they do with that, man. They still stargazing about that guy, man. But it's interesting that he's I think that he might be the reason why some of the dominoes might not have failed, ladies and gentlemen, because they teams might be holding on to what they could do to see if he's gonna stay there. I think the Knicks was like, nah, we need to lock up my boy. Fuck it, whatever. But a lot of teams the reason why a lot of moving and shaking might not be going on because of guys like that. What is he gonna do? Because there's a lot of guys out there, ladies and gentlemen, that's on the free agent market. Why is Brockton haven't signed? Why is this guy haven't signed? You got all these dudes out there. Nobody signed them. So why is that? It can't be because they can't play. We want a lot of these guys over Ben Simmons. Why they not signed? I think Giannis is holding up a lot of this stuff today. I think once Giannis say I'm staying in Milwaukee, watch you see the stuff start moving. I think that's because nobody can make you can't. And the team don't want to do like the ones who want him. Let's put it like this: the guys who want him, they can't make a move so they know that he want to be out of there. Because they can't sign a guy they think they're going to get Giannis, or they can't do this. They think they can do. So that's interesting. I can't wait till this is over for the fact that we ain't got to talk about it no more, and the NBA can move on, and other teams who want to make some move, go ahead and make their moves because he probably definitely holding it up a little bit, Shot Power. But if he was in a Knicks uniform, he'd be dope too. But if he's not, we still got a dope team. We good with where we at. I like where we at. We just got to keep it moving.
Yeah, I mean, if we don't get him, he's good to have in the East to knock out some of these other teams and bring them down. You know what I mean? They'll be, Giannis ain't gonna make them a 63. I mean, I'm not gonna say he can't, but I don't think there'll be a 63 win team this year with Giannis. You know what I mean? But they could be competitive. They could be somewhere in the 5 to 7 range that. Playing style somewhere around there, maybe. I don't think that. I don't even want to underestimate them like that because Giannis can go off the first half of the season. I mean, he go off and they're going to run a 28 games or something. Who knows? You know what I mean? I mean, he's good like that. I don't think that happens, but you know, I see them if they stay with the team that they have right now. I mean, they not an eye blink. I mean, the only eye blink on the team is if you want to say other than Giannis, Miles Turner.
Right.
You know, he helps out with he does a little bit of what a younger version of Lopez. You know.
Yep. Yeah, they gonna be interesting. They're gonna be interesting. I mean, they got some good pieces there. They brought in some good pieces.
Yeah.
I think Doc Rivers try to get the best out of them. But ladies and gentlemen, I just want to one thing this last Sunday before we get out of here, and that's Mitchell Robinson. And the reason why I just want to put this Mitchell Robinson thing up here, because it's a contract year and all that. But when this cat, I know if was a split, and we can go through all that, but this is one dude that I think if he wouldn't have had them injuries or gained all that weight, would have been at another level. Via Nick Moose and Slam Magazine, I'm going to play this little 1 minute Mitchell Robinson clip. And this is the reason why I said two things that hurt him and Patrick Ewing in their careers. They both gained too much weight at the end. As they got older, they got bigger. And that their athleticism started decreasing. That's what happened to Mitchell Robinson. Him and Patrick Ewing, when they started getting all the battle, the Shaqs of the world, him battling the guys down here in the world, Mitchell Robinson, I think if he would have kept that weight off, ladies and gentlemen, it would have been a different story. So here, I just want to put this little joint and just have some fun with it, man. See what could have been for this young man right here, man. This dude was in another level. Watch this shit here. Excuse me, ladies. I apologize for that. This shit is insane. That's what this shit, yo. If he would, oh my God, this one dude I wish would have had no injuries like he did, man. This boy was there, bro.
That's the reason for this guy right here is why no one at North. You remember North and South, East and West? That's the reason every team was going East and West, not North and South, right there.
This dude was on it. He was on another one, Shaw Powell, in his rookie year in the first 4 years. He just couldn't stay on that damn court. This brother was a fucking demon. I was like, okay. That's why I fell in love with Mr. Robinson, because he was doing shit that a lot of these cats just couldn't do with that athleticism he had, man. I mean, he just was ripping jokers, and then he got hurt. Them injuries started fucking with that boy's and if he could get
and we didn't have a good system. I mean, I don't want to say our health wise staff, but we always brought Mitchell Robinson back too early. This is one of the first years that I've seen Mitchell Robinson stay out of the extended amount of time to make sure that he was fully healthy. In my opinion, I think they brought him back a little bit too early. Like last year, I thought they brought him back too early. I mean, especially when we went up against what you call he got hurt, but that's totally me. But yeah, he was that man. Mitchell Robinson staying young like that. Not if after he got that, what was it, 72 games? I think that was the season he got the 50 when he got the bag, right? maybe he do that again this year because this bag season now. So maybe he get back to bag season because I'm pretty sure he's shooting free throws now. I'm pretty sure that he knows if he comes out this year and balls out, he may not be a Knick next year. We talked about this, you know what I mean? He might outprice himself. Nancy Rousseau got, hopefully, we can say, hey, Mitch, man, we give you the same thing we gave you last year, maybe 15, 16, 4 years. We give you 3 years, 45, 50 million, something like that. We keep you here. Maybe he might take it, but somebody be like, Mitch, we need you, man. We give you 3 years, 75 million. He like them big trucks with them big tires on the lights under his car. I don't know who he's staying, so we'll see.
Yeah, I tell you what, man. He this year, like Shaw Powell said, contract year, and he coming into he coming into the beginning of the season.
Healthy.
He's not coming in 65 games into the season. The New York Knicks won 51 games and Mr. Robinson mixed about 60 something.
Say it again, Devon. Say it again.
That makes sense. The New York Knicks won 51 games, and Mitchell Robinson had to miss 65 or 70. That is crazy to me. And now you add Landry Shamet, Jordan Clarkson, Yabusele, and the possible Ben Simmons. With my man, I think my man Mikal gonna have a breakout year.
I think
the team gonna run a different offense system.
Facts.
I just think the only thing I'm worried about is this cat is gonna be in the contract year, and does he stay past the deadline? That's what you would know. And some I don't know. You can't sell. You cannot miss a sale when the stock is high.
Facts.
Gentlemen, Mr. Robinson in the playoffs that went up a little bit. When I seen him guard 5 Celtics in one play, I was like, okay, So I say all that to say is it's the Mitchell Robinson effect for me, ladies and gentlemen. It's on and off the court. Because what he could do for the Knicks on the court this year, coming into the season, and what he could do for the Knicks from a trade perspective. So we got to keep an eye on that because I don't know. He's the longest tenure Knick here. He's from the old school, but old regime. Let's say like that. I hate to use that word regime, but he's from the old Knick regime back in the day. So he's the longest tenure dude here. Them guys didn't draft Mitchell Robinson. They didn't sign. It's still Mitchell Robinson. I don't think. So I think it's going to be interesting what Leon Rose do with that. But if Mitchell Robinson be healthy coming out the gate, ladies and gentlemen, and he in that starting lineup for the New York Knicks, popping in New York, I can tell you right now. Then okay, that eliminates the Ben Simmons. But damn, either way it go, you got a defense minded team there. So let's see how it goes. Hey, Brother Beater, just to answer your question, I don't know if they talked to Boozer Holes or not. I think Worldwide West was really keen on Mike Brown. I think that's his boy. I think he was really keen into them buzzer beaters. I'm not sure they talked to both the Budenholzer. To be honest, I really can't say. Not a bad coach at all, but I think they got who they wanted. If they couldn't get who else they was out there they wanted to get, that was before Mike Brown. Other than Mike Brown, it was a big name coach shop out today. Everybody was talking about with the Knicks before Mike Brown came to this joint.
Yes, man.
It'll come to me later. I'm just having a senior moment. Sorry, but but other than that, though, Brother B, I think they got who they wanted for sure. Let's see, man. You never know what happens out there, man. With this Knick team, man. This team looks good though, but I'm hoping the Mitchell Robinson thing don't linger. It is a business, so I understand that he knows it's a business. Mitchell Robinson knows it's a business too, but he's definitely got to be something we got to watch over the next 6 months, ladies and gentlemen, between now and trading deadline in February or 7 months or whatever the case may be. Let's say 7 months. We ain't got to the season yet, but he's definitely going to be an interesting guy. We keep an eye on in the No, you're fine.
That was Taylor Jenkins. You talking about Taylor Jenkins?
No, it was a big name dude, big time. And when he decided he wasn't gonna, we wasn't gonna get him, they pivoted to
Jason Kidd.
Yeah, Jason Kidd.
Not Jason Kidd.
Jason Kidd. Yeah, he was the main. He was one of the cats that we talked about a lot. Yeah, Jason Kidd. After Jason Kidd fell through, it was like whatever.
Yeah.
So yep, it's interesting, man. Like I said, it's a lot of stuff going on. Man. It's the off season. You hear a lot of noise. A lot of it's true. A lot of it not. Thank you, Rasul. It is Jason Kidd. But I like what we added to the team, man. Like I said, we got a pretty talented team here. I seen my man Cat who was kicking it with Melo them on 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. I watched a little of that on Melo's podcast. He was talking about that. He kicked it with Mike Brown for 2 hours the other day and everything like that. So before he even came on Melo podcast, it was 2 hours before that, I think it was. Let's see how the type of rapport he building with these players, man. And I know somebody like Jalen Brunson. It's hard for him. Tiz was this guy. He came up through his whole life journey with damn near part of Tiz in there. Some way. Since he was a kid. So I know that was pretty tough for him, but he understands it's a business. Life goes on for him, and he's just gonna still be the same captain that he's always been and lead his team to where they got to go. So. Been a pretty crazy all season for us in a good way, not in a negative way. Other than Tiz flying was the only shocker, but other than that, I like what the Knicks did so far. They still got a little bit more to go, and let's see if they get this Ben Simmons thing or whoever it may be, or don't get him at all. I know either way it go, we good. But I want to see the Knicks get. I think they need a.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Divine. Who else out there aside from Ben Simmons do you think the Knicks will get right now? Aside from Ben Simmons.
Oh man.
Exactly. Who else is there?
They out there, but I don't know if it's something that they interested in. I guess I would say. It ain't too many people out there.
Aside from Shaman, I know DeLon's name popped back up a little bit more now, so his name been fluctuating a little bit. But aside from that, ain't all everything is pointing towards Ben Simmons. So
I think they're doing that because of size, Shop Howard.
Yeah,
I think one thing we gotta remember as Knicks fans, we got a lot of guards, yo. We guard heavy. So we got a guard, and even a second-year rookie can't even get no burn.
Right.
Jalen Brunson, Deuce McBride, Jordan Clarkson, Josh Hart, really in reality. And McHale. And then you got Kolick. You know what I mean? I think we need to go up there from the small forward up. That's why I like Ben Simmons at 6'10". He could do these things. You know what I mean? I don't need him to score no bucket. That's why I don't have a problem with the Knicks doing it. If I'm going to put my GM hat on to play GM, I definitely don't have a problem with Ben Simmons because of the amount of money the Knicks can spend. It's all about the money, ladies and gentlemen. It's really not about why they guy. There's a lot of guys I take over Ben Simmons.
Facts.
Let me rephrase it. There's some guys I take over Ben Simmons, but it's all about the money. It's what they can do
for the money.
Yeah, what they can do. We know Brogdon will work for the Knicks better than it. Of course he will. Of course that's obvious. But Brogdon ain't coming here for no $2 million.
I would love Brogdon. I take Brogdon 51 games and the playoffs. Oh, I do that all day.
Nice.
That's my pick. I stopped talking about it because you know what I mean. Last year he wasn't healthy and he got some nagging injuries going on right now. You know what I mean? So so I'm Ben Simmons sound healthy. You know what I mean? You don't see that. You can't find no research on him.
Hey, Craig. If that would have happened, if I was Drew Holiday, I would dare to come straight to the Knicks. What?
Oh, Drew Holiday on the buyout? I got to get on
the Craig, Drew Holiday thing getting brought out.
Computer died now.
Hey, Craig, if they buy out Drew Holiday, the Knicks, that's a wrap. They go get him.
Hold on, wait, I got to understand. They said they buying out Drew Holiday. Where the sheriff said that?
Which was crazy because I thought Portland with him, Damian Lillard, Scoot Henderson, Kamara, Danny Avdia, they're gonna be a pretty good team down there, ladies and gentlemen. So that's why I was like, when I realized they had got Drew Holiday and my man went back, and all that, I was like, okay, damn, they gonna shock some people. They still got Williams down there, and my man from the big boy from Connecticut, Culligan, and so they got a good team down there. They got a young good team. I think they're gonna and they got my man Shandon Sharp. Wow. So I thought that, but they wouldn't do that, Craig McQueen. I definitely would. You would have to try them. He said, "I'm gonna stick it to Boston." Shop. Drew Holiday said, "I'm gonna stick it to Boston. I'm going to New York."
Man, you start him if he comes to New York?
Hell yeah, him and Brunson.
Hell yeah.
What?
Hell yeah.
Him and Brunson. What? Him, Brunson, McHale, Anunoby, and Cat.
Oh, don't even say it out loud like that, Divine. Don't say that out loud.
That's crazy.
Don't say that out loud. Now, you talking about somebody like you want over Ben Simmons? I'll take that over Ben Simmons. I think he's only 6'4". I think he's still a little short. But I'd take him. That defense he played 1 to 3. He playing those big men. He playing Julius, all our big. So he play I'd do that.
He's to me is what you wish Josh Hart would have been at that 2 spot for the Knicks.
Yeah. I definitely think.
defend, him and Anunoby and Mikal Bridges locking jokers down.
No question about that.
Just like him, just like him, Derek White and Jaylen Brown did it. That's it, So that was I understand. Even if it's not reality, Craig, excuse me, my man. That's a good one though. That would have been a good one for sure. But that's what we're looking for. We're just looking for that one more piece to fill that role, and I think the Knicks like what they got because of size. Yeah, and if they don't get none of them, we still got some young talent there. We still got DeWara. We still got these young guys that's coming down the pipe. I don't know how much time they're going to get, ladies and gentlemen, but don't get me wrong. If I don't care if you don't get none of them, just give DeWara, give McCullough Jr., give Daddy them a crack at it. They just got to give them a crack at it. And see, this all of the Shaw Powers, it'll manifest itself in training camp. I don't care who they bring in there. I don't care who they don't bring in there. When we get to training camp, you will see if you made for it. See, we can talk about even all the guys we got on our team. I think DeWara is crazy because he does almost what Ben Simmons does and can shoot better, if not more. So far, it looks that way. Like this guy looks like a freak for 6'9", 6'10", and doing what he could do. I mean, I like the way he handled the ball, the way he jump in the passing lane, the way he do this. DeWara gonna be I think he could be a sleeper though. I think he might can literally make that 10-man rotation if it all depends on what the Knicks see in him. Because he got the size, Shot Powers. He got the size. He's gonna be interesting, because there's not gonna be too many of them young guys playing because we got so many guys that the rotation's already set, unless they go in a training camp and they bust somebody, and then they ain't got no choice but to say, you know what, he outplayed you. So we got to give him his bag. Then that means, okay, who's movable now? So guys like DeWara can upset the apple cart in New York. He probably can. You know what I mean? I like the dude myself. I like, okay. I'm always big on cats because I think that's where the league going, Shop Powell. They thought it's a lot of size. They going size now. You know what I mean? That's why when it treated me about Ben Simmons, the league is going towards size. You know what I mean? You look at the team who won the championship at OKC. Look at their side they had up front. Chet Holmgren and what's his name? Hartenstein.
Yeah, big. All they got 6'7", 6'8". All they guys.
They got Even SGA for the point guard, he's pretty big. Yeah. So that's why I like DeWara a lot. I like him. I'm a big Daddy A guy and all that, but I just think when you on a championship type of roster, when they built and win the ring, it's hard to come by minutes. Knowing that so far, the lineup is 9 deep right now, just with not counting the starting unit with what we said earlier, Shot Powers, the bench with Clarkson, Deuce.
Yeah, Clarkson, Yabusele, Deuce, and Josh Hart. Yeah, that's a solid 9 right there.
That's a solid 9 right there. And if you throw a Purdy in there,
that's 10.
That's 10. That's why I don't get too high and think that I don't talk about these young guys like they're not good. It's just because of the way the Knicks is built. It's not about I don't think they talented. They ain't got nothing to do with that. I think that's the way this team is at. They already got 10 guys in the rotation already. For anybody outside that 10, they're gonna have to fight for the just to be on it. I'm not being a team, but they won't be in a rotation unless some reason my man go 11 deep, which I doubt it.
Are we blowing teams out?
Team out, yeah. You blow a team out, or somebody getting fouled or get injured.
That too.
Yep. Somebody get injured, but it's gonna be interesting to see how this. But right now, this team is loaded, ladies and gentlemen. They went and picked up what they needed from last year in that bench. So I'm expecting them to see how they roll with it. But we'll see. But I think by next week you'll hear something though. I think by next week, whether it's Ben Simmons or anybody, I think the Knicks are going to get this thing pretty much wrapped up so they can know what they got, what they're going to do going into. Hopefully they get the coaches they have out the way. Mike Brown get all his coaches out the way. They get that last roster spot with Ben Simmons, bring him in here. If not, let him move on. Either way, I'm good either way. Like I said, with just me personally, I damn sure don't have a problem with them coming in here. But if they don't want it, they move on. But if not, let's hope that one of these young guys can go in there and get it popping. We like I said, I think Cole is going to be the odd one out, ladies and gentlemen. I hate to say that because that's not a position in need. His position is not needed because despite what people may think, between Jalen Brunson, besides Jalen Brunson and Jordan Clarkson, he's not a
Deuce.
point to play. Deuce,
Yeah.
Deuce Clarkson and Amanda, they all can play the point at some point. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Knicks do with this whole thing. But the Tyler Coach thing will be interesting as well. Mitchell Robinson extension coming up this year. That's going to be interesting as well. What the Knicks do with Mitchell Robinson to me, whether it's now or after the trading deadline, I don't think he makes it past the trading deadline unless they're going to sign him in the offseason. And I don't know if the Knicks are going to do that. I just don't know if the Knicks are going to sign Mitchell Robinson if he's going to want to get a certain type of money. Like I can see Mitchell Robinson want to stand closer with Mitchell Hartenstein getting. You know what I mean? So it's going to be really interesting to see what the Knicks do in the next 6 months, 7 months between now and the trading deadline. We got a long way to go before we get there, but we also got some decisions to make. You know, with the money that we have in our leisure right now, it's not a lot of money. But we know we got a section here and there. So let's see. But I do like the Warrior though. I'm big on the Warrior. I was big on Daddy A too. Let's see how it can go. Yeah, I think they need one more able body there, who it may be. But I like this team's versatility. Like I said, you take out the starting five. If you put Josh Hart on the bench, I mean, you put moving Mitchell Robinson forward. Then you look at your bench. You got a pretty good deep bench there. You know what I mean? Like I said, we know what Clarkson. We know what Clarkson. We know what Josh Hart. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, Josh Hart was damn near All-Star last year.
Let's be clear.
Let's not be clear about that. Josh Hart was damn near All-Star last year. So now you put an All-Star down there on the bench with Jordan Clarkson. Your bench got way better than last year. Make no mistake about that. You know what I mean? Just putting Josh Hart and Clarkson in there alone made your bench way better. So, I think Josh Hart will produce better because now he don't have to worry about Mikal, Anunoby, Brunson, and Cat. You know what I mean? He could be that main he could be that main leader in that second unit along with Jordan Clarkson because Jordan Clarkson's experience in the NBA. So and him and Jordan Clarkson obviously played together in LA. So you know, I mean, they got a good rapport in this team. And I think they're gonna be something to reckon with in New York, man. Who knows how anything can happen with an injury and everything like that. But on paper right now, I'm good with what we got, Shot Powers. I think these cats got a good team, man. But
we talk about Yabusele, and he is a better form of Precious Achiuwa. You know what I mean? Someone that can slow run, someone that can grab rebounds. Someone that could play small man, big man, small man, big man. I mean, small man lineup, big man. Mm-hmm. Someone that we hope that we could have got from Precious. Someone that can shoot the 3-point shot, and he does that very well. So if he can have any type of, you know, he's a veteran. You know, I mean, he's been in the league years. I mean, a couple of years now. He's a little older guy, so let's see what he can get out there to do. If he can give us anything that he gave us he gave Philly last year, winner chicken dinner. You know what I mean? Aggressive, can shoot the shot, you know, all highlights. That's like you were saying earlier. About you're right. I didn't ever really watch Ben Simmons play basketball unless we played him. But watching a couple of highlights, he can be effective with what he looked. Because in highlights, the only thing you see is the good. So if he can come over here and do some of those good things. Yeah, that's what we need.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, real talk, man. Like, even Yabusele is interested in me, ladies and gentlemen, because here's why. He got to really expand his game because of the injuries in Philly last year. Like, because of the MBs and all these guys will get Paul George, you name it. So Yabusele got a good break last year, ladies and gentlemen. You know, because obviously Boston couldn't keep him because they didn't want to give him too much money at the time with him giving Jaylen Brown $300 million and all that stuff like that. Knowing that you had my man extension coming up with Jason Tatum, and then I had Gabe Porzingis money and all that. So maybe Yabusele that might have been a financial thing for Boston Celtics. Why they probably didn't keep him, then he went to Philly. But he definitely showed improvement with them injuries last year for them to them other players on his team. So hopefully that wasn't one of them situations where, you know, opportunity knocked and you had a chance to play more minutes. If that's the case, then I think he earned the right to come to New York and get the $5 million or whatever he got here and try to make this team better. But our bench had got way better this year. I'm looking for this team. It did last year, I could pretty much say, not last year, the past season, excuse me, because our bench was suspect last year. you know, it was okay. And the season wasn't too much that because, you know, our bench was really, really inconsistent. They wasn't terrible. They just was inconsistent. Whether it's injuries, whether it's just it was inconsistent. They had no bucket getters. They had shooters, no bucket getters. But I think they solved that problem this year with
Boston.
yeah, Clarkson, and also putting Josh Hart back there. I mean, that's 30 points right there. Damn, just two people. You know, if you look at their averages last year, Josh Hart was around 14 a game. Glenn Clarkson was 16 a game. Now I don't think Josh Hart's numbers are going to go down because now he's going to get more opportunities in the second unit. He's going to get more opportunities in the second unit than he had in the first unit because he had to capitulate to them other guys. You know what I mean? With Brunson and the big bucket getters. So he had to do a lot of capitulation last year. But this year, if Josh Hart come off the bench, I think that's a damn good back.
Yeah.
That bench, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, Clarkson alone with Deuce McBride and just Josh Hart alone, I think is good. So now I think you could put Josh Hart at the 3 now. Now he don't have to try to play the 2.
Exactly.
He's not going to be playing. I just think
don't waste the money. Yeah, don't waste the money.
And
don't waste the money.
Boys get their shit popping.
Right. Yeah. Don't waste the money. If you're going to waste the money just to make the roster, then you go get like I joke about it. You go get PJ Tucker. You know what I mean? Go get somebody that you know that really ain't gonna play. You already got 12 men that you really got to try to play right now. If you really look at it on the outside, the Knicks have 12 players. The 2 players that are really fighting to get into I'm sorry, this is included with if we get Ben Simmons. But 12 players, you know what I mean, is Pacone and Tyler Kolek. You know what I mean? Those make up I'm sorry. That's our 12. I'm sorry. That's our 12. That's our 12 players right now. That's not even counting the next 2 guys that get into the lineup. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So we got Haka Purdy, our 3 young guys is the guys that if you want to call them at the end of the bench, Haka Purdy, Tyler Kolek, and Pacone. So if we bring in Simmons, he's more than likely going to be in that 10-man rotation. So those 3 guys will be on the ends. If you get PJ Tucker, those guys will fill in, and Haka Purdy will get more minutes then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. I think in size 9, I think it was Utah or the Suns. I know he went. Size 9. I know Ty Jerome did go out there. I think it's either. I want to say Phoenix. I thought it was Utah. I could be wrong on sideline, but I know it's either one of them 2 teams, though. I just pretty much can Google it. I'm sorry, but yeah, I do think that we in a good spot no matter what. If we hold on to, if we don't make a move with nobody, and we build from within with a couple of guys that we have on the team, I'm good. I'm good with that. I got a feeling that I'm good with the Wall is interesting to me. He's a intriguing player to me. Because he's the Ben Simmons type size, and he can do a lot of things, but probably shoot better than Ben Simmons. But the kid look like he can. He look like he defend. Look like he can get up and down the court, and handle the ball. I know that. Granted, that was summer league, but I also seen some of his clips of him playing in where he came out of, and it looked like the cat could get down. So let's see. Let's see what Mike Brown do with this roster, man. He got. Like I said, he got a lot of tools in his shed, and and I don't even go to a stream no more. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna say he got a Benz and when he came in, so he carried a good roster. If nobody don't want to call it Billy, I lower the expectation. Mike Brown got handed over a brand new Benz in New York.
Oh, at least a 600 AMG then.
Right, exactly. Right, he got an AMG. AMG back in the days.
Yeah, I know AMG is 600 AMG because he got a. Right now, he got a crew. Right now, now he got. Actually, like I said, we talk about it. Right now, the 10-man rotation would include Haka Purdy. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And Tyler Kolek and Pacone is sitting on that 11, 12 man. Now, if we bring in Ben Simmons and the rookie will be one of those men with Tyler Kolek sitting on the bench, more so down in the G League trying to get reps in. and Sims will probably make it into rotation. Alcapurdy probably come out of the starting lineup and go back to the bench. And when we've beaten teams by a big amount of numbers and stuff like that over this season, which they're trying to turn this team into an offensive team, those guys will get good minutes this year. You know what I mean? They won't be so much sitting the bench. You know what I mean? They'll probably get good minutes. We go into a couple of these games in the fourth quarter. We got 9 minutes left and we have 26 with the offense that we could probably put out there. Those guys will get minutes. Or third quarter when, you know, the team looked like we went up by 25. This is when you put those young guys in to try to burn some minutes to get our guys to rest and see if they can, you know, get their mentality ready for big time play when we got a lead. When we got the lead, we got to keep the lead. We don't want to decrease the points because you're not going to get no minutes then. And let's get it from there.
Yeah. You know what?
Man.
Yeah, when we analyze and critique these players, you know, we try to look at it from our perspective. But here's one thing you always keep in mind: whether we think they're good or not, somebody in the NBA thought they was good or not.
Right.
Like to me, what I try to do is say I try to make it seem like, why did this NBA team give this man this money? Because they thought he was either good or he wasn't good. So when, you know, a lot of people say Mikal contract was like, why is Mikal Bridges not worth $150 million? That's crazy to me if y'all don't think he's worth $150 million. You got guys out here making $300 million and Mikal could do what they could do. You know, so I think a lot of people really, that Mikal, I have no problem with them giving Mikal that money. I think he worth that $4 million, that $150 million. I believe he worth that in every which way, because when he could do it on both sides of the ball. We got guys getting that money, can't even do it but one side of the ball. One side of the ball. At least Mikal could do it on both sides. So he scored 18 a game and he played defense. That's worth the money to me. Look at some of these guys out here getting this money, man. I'm like, they a bunch of scrubs. I mean, and this cat had to get in, he had to get into a system where everybody around him could get buckets, like literally, like, and that's starting. At the time, Cat had needed the ball a lot. Brunson needed the ball a lot, and I know we had to find his niche because they gave him a lot of money, so he had to try to get the ball too. You know what I mean? So, and then Mikal had to kind of get in where he fit in because he's a ball getter too. You know, a bucket getter as well. So I think him and Anunoby money was worth it, you know, and the Knicks rewarded him because he helped get them 2 games away from the finals. But I do think he worth his money, and
big facts.
Yeah, I don't have no problem with giving him that money, man. Like I say, you know, this cat could play basketball. You know what I mean? And here's the beautiful thing about it: he's reliable, very reliable. So, you know, I know sometimes we might disagree with what we think a guy's worth and what he's not worth. But it all depends what the organization needed from him. Like here, let me use Josh Hart as an example. The New York Knicks didn't sign Josh Hart because they want Josh Hart to get 20 points a game, ladies and gentlemen. That's not why he got $20 million. Because within that $18 million, he got rebounding, he got assists, and you got scoring, and you got some defense, and you got all these other tangibles that don't show up on the stat sheet. If Josh Hart didn't rebound for the Knicks last year, we would have sucked. Think about that. Cat was the only double-digit rebounder we had last year on the Knicks. And if Josh Hart, at his height, didn't get you down in 9 rebounds a game last year, the New York Knicks wouldn't even beat 51 games in. Because they had no rebounding. Mitchell wasn't there. Achua didn't start at McSeena. He was out. Other than Cat, double. Who else on that team was rebounding? Josh Hart. That's why they paid these guys like Josh Hart the money. It's all the Swiss Army shit he do. Not one thing good. He don't do one thing great. He do a lot of things good. And I think that's important. You got some people who do one thing good and they give him a lot of money. Josh Hart do one thing great, and they give him a lot of money. Josh Hart does a lot of things good. And that's why he got his money. Because he rebound. Some of his rebounds were so key in the next season last year. Like, can you imagine Josh Hart wouldn't have got that rebound at a certain time? We could have lost a lot of games last year, ladies and gentlemen. because of some of the offensive rebounds he might have got, some hustle plays that don't show up on the stat sheet, but it turned the game around to win the game or kept. So them little things like that, that's why they pay these guys. Like we know Ben Simmons ain't worth no blah, blah, blah. But you know why they paid Ben Simmons? Because he couldn't shoot, but he did everything else good. That's why he got a big bag, because he could rebound, he could dribble, he could shoot, he could pass. He can't shoot, but he could pass, play defense. He could do all these little other things, all these little intangibles that added up to one great thing. And I think that's what we got to keep that in mind when it comes to people. We can't say he's not good because he don't score the basketball. It's much more to scoring in the NBA. You know what I mean? Shot power is more to a game in the NBA than it does scoring the basketball. I know we so caught up in how because the cat could get buckets, or we get caught up in this guy can score. That ain't what it's all about. Everybody, that's not what it's all about. You know what I mean? It's about what can you do with your game, no matter which way it is, to help you get there. And I look at the same way with like Mitchell Robinson. Here's another example. We know Mitchell Robinson can't get he ain't no offense threat. But he does a lot of other things that Mitchell Robinson does that makes him worth $15, $16 million a year in today's market. Now he might get a little more shot powers. So I think these guys got certain aspects of their game that helps teams. And they say, well, you know what? If you can't get me a million a point, you know how I say shot power, $1 million a point. So if you can't get me $1 million a point, give me $1 million that with rebounds and assists. And defense, maybe I make up for the $1 million point you're not giving. Maybe give me 500,000 a point. I don't know, But that's what I think it seems like, man. We got a good team here, man. Let's see if this shit transform like Voltron and come together like glue, and they get us to where we need to go. But I don't think we finished product. I don't think they finished product. I just think that we got to wait to see how it goes. Who to say by the trading deadline somebody don't get moved that we never thought would get moved? Shit, it could be Anunoby, it could be Mikal, it could be anybody. 6 months from now, 6 months from now, Mikal could be out the door.
Right.
Who the fuck knows? Who knows? Who knows? If the season don't go a certain way for Milwaukee and the Giannis going out of the trading deadline, that means Mikal done been in here 6 months. Who the fuck knows? Who knows? We don't know, but like I said, we got to see how it goes. Shot Powers, man. Give me some thoughts, man. We're gonna get out of here. I'm just trying to keep the program going, but obviously we running out of oxygen and energy to keep it going. So
Now we had a great show tonight, hour and a half talking about the Knicks, and nothing's really going on. That's beautiful, man. We did a great job tonight, Devon. I think we what else can we do but sit around and wait? It's gonna drop pretty soon because it's really getting down to the nitty-gritty. You know what I mean? And soon we will hear if we're gonna have Sims, if we're gonna have Malcolm Brogdon, if we're gonna have someone that we never knew who we was gonna have, if they're gonna sign 2 players, if they're gonna let go of Tyler Kolek, if they're gonna let go of Pacon Dade to bring in 3 players, who knows? There's so much stuff going on right now. So when it drops, we'll be on it the next day. That's how we do. Salute. You know what I mean? We'll be on the next day to talk about it. Let it marinate in your head. We'll be on the next day to talk about it. You know what I mean? So with that being said, Divine, a great show once again, man. Always ready to get back on here and talk with you, to talk to everybody about the team that we love. Salute to the family in the chat. Once again, Divine, salute to you as always. Let's get it.
I've got a question. You can do it. One quick answer. Today is August 6th. By August the 15th, the Knicks will have who?
Ben Simmons.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go on that train with Shot Powers. By next week, Ben Simmons will be a Knick. If not, then we just eat crow. But I think I think it might happen by next week, ladies and gentlemen. I think Ben Simmons is going to wind up in New York. I just think him being in Brooklyn with Mikal Bridges helps. I think it helps with him playing, and I think his talent helps. And I just think it's the right thing to do. Like I said, low risk, high reward. The man get here and it don't pan out, you let him go.
If he get here, he'll be in the 14th on the bench. We'll move everybody up and move him back. Right. Come on, man. We know how we do. He get over here, he don't act right. We'll move him to the end of the bench and be 14th player. And everybody else will move up. Haka Purdy and everybody will be right back in their spot. So, and if things go well, those guys on the bench will still get minutes. Those 3 guys from last year, Haka Purdy, Tyler Kolek, and Pacon Dadier will get minutes if we play the basketball that I think we can this year.
All right, real quick before we go, out of McCullough, Dadier, Dewara, I got to put Kolek in there because he's already on the team. And let's say, and Pate, who makes the Knicks roster out of all them rookies? Who do you think makes the roster if they didn't go Ben Simmons? Which one of them 4 guys do you think literally makes that roster?
You mean get into the rotation?
Yeah, get some time.
I say this. If the Knicks play basketball like I think they're going to play basketball this year, I think all those young players will get time. Okay. Everybody will get time. You know what I mean? If last year, our team was scorching hot last year, you know what I mean? And now we got a bench this year. So now the starting unit doesn't have to score 95 points this year. Like you said earlier, I think it was last year with the stream before that, they scored 85 points this year. And now the second year come in and score 35. We were last place behind LA. LA was the 29th team. We were 23 points a game. You know what I mean? Scoring our bench, 23 points. The league average last year was 30 points, 30. I think it was like 32, 33, but I'll say 30 points average bench team. We were last at 23. So if we could pick up the pace, get those guys involved, Yabusele, Clarkson, Deuce McBride, if we could move up from 30th to 12th, 10th, 11th, we good money. If we get into 30-something points a game from our bench, we good money. I think we're going to be, in my opinion, I think we're going to be 118 this year scoring.
I can see that. Yeah, man. And listen, them Knicks players is interesting, man. I'm going to tell you what's crazy real quick because McCullough looked impressive to me. I mean, what I thought McCullough was doing in Summer League, that step, that energy, that hard, going to the bucket, his handles impressed me. I mean, we got some good talent down here, man.
And the best thing about that is all those guys in the G League can play as hard. You know what I mean? Because the guy that we need to have for the 15th man going into the playoffs is that player that played the best in the G League this year. There will be no dispute about who will get that ending contract at the end of the year where we can sign somebody for $300,000 or something like that, like we did last year. One of those guys will be the guy. So whoever that guy will play hard, those 3 guys that we get down, DeWar, I can't remember those young guys' names. Yeah, I'm still trying to get Yabusele down. But those 3 guys, once we get those 3 guys situated, one of those guys will come up for the stretch, going down the stretch in the playoffs.
Yeah, hey, real quick, Johnny Davis. Hey, Johnny Davis, that's what impressed me too, my man. The way the Warrior got up and down that court, he was almost like Giannis without strength. Let me put it like that. The way the Warrior, the way he moved. I just like the way he moved, his strength, the way he handled the rock. He got long strides and everything, man. I was impressed with the Warrior, man. And I'm a Bacone dude, but the Warrior impressed the shit out of me though. Him and McCullough Jr. was my 2 favorite cats of Summer League, to be honest with you.
Right.
Them dudes impressed me, both McCullough and the Warrior. I really thought them cats had it going, man. So it's guys like that I think lets me say that no matter what, we got some young talent in the pipeline that no matter which way we go, if somebody get injured for the Knicks, we'll be okay. But man, listen, we're gonna get out of here because we can do this all night, man. But duty calls. That's so many great topics. But we'll be on next week, ladies and gentlemen. Whether Tuesday or Wednesday, we'll see how it goes. If something dropped before then, we get it pop out. We got all these great podcast shows out here. Especially my brother who's in the building with us, Ron, still Knicks fan. You already know we got them all in the orange and blue universe. So somebody's always on bringing us some Knicks news, man. So that's good. But until then, this real talk. We'll be in the building next week or something, man. Create some more content as we always do. But appreciate everybody coming in tonight, though, man. I know we just yapping, not too much to talk about. We try to make good conversation with anything, man. You know what I mean? So that's what we do. But y'all enjoy your night, man. Y'all be safe out there and all that good stuff, man. Like I always say, man. And we'll see y'all next week, man. Unless something drop before then. Unless Shop Powell got the urge to call me and say, man, listen, I'm bored.
All right, don't tell me that, Devon. We'll be on almost every night.
Right.
Once I get back in the rib and I get situated, I start doing my little stuff, my little work things, my side hustle. I could be on you. Like right now, what time is it? It's only 8 o'clock. I mean, I ain't in no rush. I'm still here, but that's twice tonight, Devon. That's twice tonight. I'm about to go do some push-ups just because you said that. Exactly. I'm about to go do some push-ups just because you said I'm about to go I'm about to go do like 4 or 5 good ones and stuff like that.
Yeah, but you know me, man. I'm gonna shut it down. I got get to work, create some more content. I got some stuff I'm working on. All listen. One thing about Knicks we'll talk. Like I'll tell y'all powers. The Knicks work on their game in the off season. I'm working on my game in the off season. Right. We know we got some good exciting stuff dropping, man. We trying to get better at what we do, just like the Knicks. They expect to have a great year. We expect to have a great year as well, man. So we working too. They got an off season. We got an off season, but we working though. So, we try and do what we got to do. But there's some good, interesting stuff coming down the pipeline, man. Everything. We just trying to level up a little bit and stay in the forefront with everybody else, man. It's a job, man, and, and a venture as well. So it is a venture, not a job. It's an adventure, actually. And we enjoy being on an adventure with you guys. So until then, my brother, I'll see you on the next one. Everybody in the chat, thank y'all for coming in, man, on this quiet Knicks off week or whatever. We'll see y'all in the next one, man. Y'all stay safe out there, man. My shot power to holler at you on the next one, my brother.
I'll hit you up tomorrow when I get off.
Okay, that'll work.
Peace.
Peace. Yo, Divine, what's good? You know what it is, bro. About to go ahead and get with SP. We about to get this Knicks Real Talk 3 games popping off. Get this shit popping, man. I'll holler at you. One. Up in the black Silverado, stop and get some petrol to hit the metro on full throttle. Across the gospels, we in the Mecca bottleneck. On 32nd waters, Bible, see Sharon flexing. Posted up like sticky note. You can smell the icky in the air like hickory smoke. Carotene, we well represented. We on that Nick shit. You can smell it, so please don't step in it. Cause the burner cooking with gas. The cat in the alley digging through your team trash. Getting that cash ready for DoorDash to make a splash. But they moving slow before the pregame show. No cash, so here's what's on tap. But God, no talking 5. And report, keep my blue in the chat. Interacting with your mandem. It's a brand in front of the camera. There's a picture. Cats and snap back. The fitted cat, so we Nick dripping. Nick feel, we fit the description. It's the OG, Olan, Ananobi. Me and my man Brody, we run your fire TV, that's Cody. It's Knicks Real Talk. You know how we get down. We in that Nick drip, dripping and Nick drip. It's Knicks Real Talk. You know how we get down. We in that Nick drip, dripping and Nick drip. We in that Nick drip, dripping and Nick drip. It's Knicks Real Talk. You know how we get down. We in that Nick drip, dripping and Nick drip. Real Talk.